Hi everyone, how are y'all doing? I came on, I got some happy mail today, but I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to share it, kind of let the virus bugs fall off of it. Don't want to catch anything if I can, but I wanted to share with y'all. I Susan, Susan, Susan Tootsie Tucker did well, she talked through it, but she also showed how she did the shading on some wood pieces that she had ordered from of Alice in Wonderland. They're so beautiful, and she sent them out in the giveaway. And I'm sorry, I forgot who the winner was, but they were so lucky to get it. But since that, I saw that, I got the idea, and I asked her where she had gotten the um, shapes from. And it was, let me see if I can pop this up right quick without this. Uh, the Wood Shape Store. If I can get my camera back up here, it'd be real great now. Okay. And they have all sorts of things that you can order at the store. Um, but first, let me tell you a little bit about my background as far as working with wood. I do have a scroll saw. Um, haven't been able to work on it for a few years. Wish I could. Maybe when I get to through the arthritic doctor and I can find a way to be able to stand or even sit on a stool for a period to cut out what I need, then I can sit down and work on them like I could. Um, one year, decided to do Christmas ornaments. Now, when I cut them out, they were just square. But here, they're supposed to be icicles. Whoops. A little dirty fuzz on there that doesn't want to come out. Does that say joy to y'all? Joy, peace, and hope. Now, the only thing that's not finished with these, see, I carved them or I filed them to where each individual letter was more individual and had a more of a shape. And the icicle itself looked more like icicle instead of just a square piece laying down at the bottom. And I have all sorts of sets of these files that I have. Also, when Michael's or Hobby Lobby has the plaster of Paris Christmas houses. I used to buy those, and when you get them, they're real rough. The windows have got um, what do you call it? I call it slag, but it's where it's all rough and flaky, and they're not squared, or there's bubbles in it. And I take out the bubbles, and then I define all the features in the houses, and then I go about painting them and creating them and giving them the look and the shadowings that I want them to look, so that they look really good. And when I get done with them, I polyurethane everything and sign my name to it. Now, unless I pull them, we had to have a town already, 2 towns actually. And unless I pull out all the boxes, I couldn't tell you which ones I painted. And I'm not trying to brag, it's really frustrating when I want to find something that I worked on. And I have another one. I didn't finish this one. Um, this is it's supposed to be a blue jay. I made 2, and I gave one to my father-in-law, painted the black of it. But as you can see, to me, it's still real raw. I don't like my pieces to be this sharp in contrast. I like them to be contoured, and the roses, the petals, to be underlapped and overlap each other to give them a little bit of individuality. And I haven't done any. See, like on this one, It sits further back than these two. So I would file that down inside further in to give these more texture. And I haven't done any work on this one, I'm sorry to say. Then, now this has taken a beating. A couple of years ago, our house, we had a really bad thunderstorm. Speaking of thunderstorms, if y'all see me totally freak out, and I mean totally freak out, we had some heavy, heavy gully washer, frog choker, toe choker, worm fluster upper storms starting Friday night, lasting most of the day Saturday, not ending until Sunday. So now we got these bugs that are coming out. You know roaches, the little roaches that are about like that tall. These are like this. Not lying, they're like this. And they can fly. Found that out. And they freak me out. And what freaks me out even worse is when my husband goes and spots on them and they go crunch. Anyway, they have been attacking us lately. So if you see me fly for being a big girl and having physical problems, if you see me moving that quick, it's a bug. Anyway, I cut this out several years ago. It's my eagle. It's lost its bottom part. It was hanging. It has these hooks on the back because we have polyurethaned it and hung it underneath our address on the front of the garage that's been turned into a room back there. And all I had was the carving, and I had graphite and had the graphite drawing, but then I drew in and colored all the feathers, individual feathers, and the shading and the flag. Now, it looks better far away. I was still having problems trying to get the shading down because they're all with the feathers always seemed dark. They were darker at the tip and they lightened up towards the body. But that was probably the last thing that I had done with my woodwork. And this one thing that I created. Now, since then, this month, last couple of months, I found out we're expecting our third grandbaby. Didn't know what he was, until this weekend, but we suspected it was going to be a boy. Hope for a girl, but expecting a boy. Because we already have 2 boys, grandsons. And one is 6 and one is 2. And the 2-year-old is fearless. I mean, fearless. Scary fearless. But she's been kind of down, and I came up with the idea of helping her doing this baby's room. The older boy and our youngest son are really my stepsons. And Lee and I married when Benjamin was 12 and Daniel was 12. Each one is 3 years apart, so 12, I can't think math. 12, 9, and 6, 7. Anyway, I thought I'd do poo. And I just ordered these small pieces. And I got rabbit. And Tigger. Set these. The honey pot. Pooh and Piglet. Kanga and Rue. I got this Eeyore. Now the thing is, these have been laser cut. That's why they have kind of that burned look to them. And I didn't know that these were small. I should have checked, but you could have bought these at different sizes. And I wished I'd checked, but here's a Pooh by himself, and a Piglet by himself, and an Eeyore by himself. And as you can see, here's Eeyore. Oops, the difference in the sizes. But, you know, the larger you get, like this is 39 cents and this is 79 cents. So I should have figured that was why there was such a difference in size. And it didn't dawn on me. But that's okay. That's okay. Maybe I can make a little shadow box or something to put on his dresser. And I also got this. God Bless America. Thought about getting it bigger, but then what I also thought about doing is, I don't know if you've seen them before, but they have a light box, and you set them on. You set a picture or whatever you want on the floor, and you set this. It's like it's got a square on the bottom of it that you set your picture on top of, and it's got mirrors and everything, and then it's got a knob on the front as a viewfinder, and you can shine it on, turn off the lights, shine it on the wall, and it enlarges your picture. It was another way too for doing back in my day. Our parents like to have us sit when we were children real still, and they would shine a light on our sides, and they would draw our silhouette on a paper, kind of like you would see in oh golly, names are just going out of my brain right now. Tim Holtz, some of his, or the Heritage collections, where you see the silhouettes of the men and the women. They used to do that all the time, even back in the 50s, back then as well. I think Lee still has one. It is somewhere. I lost most of my childhood things long ago. And then I got this larger one. I'm thinking about just making a new eagle. But I really liked how, I can get him out. I really liked how this one was shaped, this eagle. With it, here's the flag and the stripes. And the stripes form his claws. And down here, in God we trust. Now, the only thing that I don't like is because it was laser cut. I don't mind the dark edges as much, but you can see it more on the back. These tips are really fragile, and I have to be real careful of them. That's why I thought what I could do before I do anything else is make a copy of this and do a tracing of it and create another one with my scroll saw in case something does happen to this one while I'm trying to work on it. But yeah, but the most important thing was to do the things for my grandson. I'll have to show you in another video because I'm trying to keep these shorter. What else I'm trying to make for his room. Trying to save our kids some money. This is their third one. And of course, they had been trying, but they decided to hold off for a while. And she had just gotten a job before the virus hit, where she was doing shopping, grocery shopping and such, for people who were basically couldn't go out for themselves. They would call this place and they would place their order for her and to go pick it up at the store, and she would pick it up at the store, and she was doing really well at it. And then she found out she was pregnant. That was okay. She was doing fine with it, even with the all day morning sickness and everything. And then the virus hit. And then everything went crazy. Or I should say, everyone went crazy. And she couldn't find things for people. My son-in-law said, enough. You're not doing this anymore. You are, she's high-risk pregnancy anyway. She had problems with her blood pressure, and she usually gets preeclampsia towards the end. So the last two babies, they had to do a C-section, and they're planning a C-section with this one as well. So, yeah. So she's trying to be real careful now, but trying to help them save some money. So this baby will, they timed it better, a little bit better. One baby is, oh golly, I keep forgetting Hunter's birthday. The second baby, this last baby, I was sick his whole pregnancy. First, I couldn't get rid of the shingles, and you can't be around pregnant people, ladies, and babies, unborn babies, when you have the shingles. My nephew at the time was 4 years old, not quite 4, and he had not had his second shot for chickenpox. It takes 2. They get one at the age of 2 and another one at the age of 4. And he had not had his second one. So I had called the doctor. They were having the announcing the gender party on the weekend, and I started getting this rash across the front of me, and it itched and hurt at the same time. And I called my doctor. He had me come in. He called the pediatrician. I told him everything, and I was grounded. Yep. And it wouldn't go away. And then I got salmonella poisoning, bladder infections. I mean, everything just went. I even missed his birth. I'm not even really sure how old he was before I got to see him. He was a baby, but he was several months old before I finally got to see him. Where his brother, I got to see around most of his pregnancy, and his brother was a tiny little baby when he was born. Only weighed 6 pounds 7 ounces. Hunter was 9 pounds. Hate boys are big. So I'm looking forward to this pregnancy, and then this virus hits. So I'm going to do what I can for her to make things better and a little bit easier for her. And I've got the material to make a quilt, and it's a Pooh, a Winnie the Pooh. It's got 4 panels and Pooh material on the back, and I will show that in the next video because I'm running a little long on this, and I want to wind this up, so I'm not keeping you all night. So I'm going to let you go. You guys stay safe. Let the Lord bless you and keep you safe. And I pray that you have peace in all things. These times are getting really rough on some of us. Heard on the news tonight that their banks are going to start doing, because they're opening up jobs, businesses and stuff, landlords and banks are going to start eviction notices and foreclosures. And I understand that these people need their money, but can't they have a heart? Can't they understand that these people are suffering too? Probably worse than they are. So keep not only your family and your friends in your prayers, but keep our nation in your prayers. We all need it. And we have a lot of special friends in our community that need prayers. Kathy from Kathy's Favorite Things, her family, and she needs prayers. There's Pat Sweeney, and of course my brain is doing the regular thing. Alicia, pop into my head and tell me everybody. Alicia probably has everybody memorized, and I can't remember anybody at all. Well, I do remember the sassy crafter Carly Dale. She needs our prayers as well. Deb Hendricks needs our prayers. Golly. Well, you know what I mean. I'm already keeping you all too long. So, until next time, till tomorrow, and I'll open up my Happy Mail tomorrow, and I'll share it with you. Thank you so much for letting me share some time with you. Y'all have a good night, and stay safe. Good night.